We all believe the monster was dead, buried, and completely erased from existence. We watched the fallout, we saw the tears, and we breathed a massive sigh of relief thinking the dark days were finally behind us. But we were dead wrong. The absolute worst case scenario has just become a reality. Peter is alive. Yes, you heard me right. He is breathing, he is plotting, and worst of all, he has Anna. This could be the biggest mistake of someone's life, and right now, we are looking at a crisis that is spiraling completely out of control. Let me break down exactly how this massive explosion of drama just happened. We have to rewind to France. Anna was in that treatment facility, right? She was playing the game. She was manipulating her doctor, pretending she was making incredible progress so she could get discharged and finally return home. She thought she was the one in control. She thought she was outsmarting the system. But guys, she was walking straight into a trap. In the middle of the night, chaos erupts. A sudden extraction takes place. Anna is pulled from the clinic by a mysterious figure. At first, she feels a wave of relief. She genuinely believes that Valentine, or a rogue agent from the agency, finally came to rescue her. She thinks she is safe. But that is not even the biggest surprise. Here is where things get messy. So incredibly messy. The dust settles, the blindfold comes off, and Anna finds herself in an isolated, terrifyingly quiet location. She looks up, expecting to see a friendly face. Instead, the shadow steps into the light. It is Peter, the man who caused so much destruction, the man who supposedly died, is standing right in front of her with a chilling smile on his face. He did not rescue her out of compassion. He did not pull her out of that clinic because he suddenly developed a conscience. If you ask me, this was a calculated, predatory move. This was step one in a master plan of revenge that he has been cooking up in the shadows for months. And then everything spiraled. Because Peter being alive does not just affect Anna. It sets off a massive, unstoppable chain reaction across the entire globe. Think about the domino effect here. Anna goes missing from the clinic. The news reaches Geneva. Valentine is sitting there trying to negotiate with Z to expose Ross as a dirty double agent. Valentine is right on the verge of victory. But the second he gets the cryptic intel that Anna's room in France is empty, he loses his mind. Valentine abandons his mission. He drops everything with Z and goes completely rogue. Tween A's under and Tween B, right? Valentine panicking makes him reckless. Because Valentine is distracted and off the grid, Ross suddenly gets the upper hand back home. Ross realizes the pressure is off. He realizes Valentine is no longer breathing down his neck. So what does Ross do? He accelerates his own dark agenda. He tightens his grip on Carly and Jocelyn. Because of Peter's actions in France, Carly is now facing a life-threatening situation with zero backup. Jocelyn remains trapped. The entire rescue mission Carly planned is now falling apart, all because Peter decided to snatch Anna. The events are literally crashing into each other, and nobody is safe. But wait, it gets worse. Let us go back to that isolated prison where Anna is being held. Guys, this is where it gets interesting and honestly incredibly disturbing. Peter does not lock her in chains. He does not use physical torture. He knows Anna is too tough for that. Physical pain means nothing to a seasoned warrior like her. So Peter chooses something infinitely more cruel. He unleashes a relentless campaign of psychological torture. He isolates her completely from the outside world. No windows, no clocks, no connection to reality, just Peter and his twisted mind games. Every single day, he forces her to relive the darkest moments of her past. He twists the narrative. He blames her for every single tragedy in his life. He tells her that he is the monster she created. He gaslights her until she starts questioning her own sanity. He wants her to feel guilt, fear, and absolute confusion. He wants to break her spirit so completely that she stops fighting. And for a moment, it looks like his sick strategy is actually working. Anna is exhausted. She is drowning in a sea of manipulated memories and toxic guilt. Then, just when you think the tension cannot possibly get any higher, Peter drops a nuclear bomb. A secret so massive it threatens to shatter the very foundation of reality. He leans in and tells Anna that she is not just fighting him. He reveals that his mother is still alive. Yes, Alex is alive. Let that sink in for a second. Alex, the evil twin, the ultimate nightmare. Anna spent years believing that the dark chapter involving Alex was permanently closed. She thought she had finally defeated her sister. But Peter stands there, looking incredibly smug, and claims that Alex is not only breathing, but she is the one pulling the strings. He implies that Alex funded his survival. He implies that Alex orchestrated the entire fake death, the shadows, and the extraction from the French clinic. This changes everything. Anna is completely paralyzed by the news. She starts desperately analyzing every word Peter says. Is he lying? Is this just another layer of his psychological torture? Is he trying to push her over the edge by using the one name that haunts her nightmares? But then the evidence starts piling up. Peter shows her details, specific classified details that only Alex could possibly know. He produces proof that cannot be faked. Anna is forced to confront the terrifying, undeniable possibility that her twin sister is out there, watching her suffer, and plotting her ultimate demise. If this is true, the game is completely rigged. Anna is no longer just trying to escape a deranged Peter. She has to prepare for the return of the most dangerous, lethal woman she has ever known. Alex is a master of deception. If Alex is backing Peter, this isolated prison is just the beginning. They are building an empire of revenge, and Anna is their first trophy. Peter is absolutely loving this. He basks in his victory. He looks at Anna, seeing her despair, and genuinely believes he has built the perfect, inescapable cage. He thinks he has finally won. But here is where Peter makes his fatal error. He severely underestimates who he is dealing with. You do not lock up a legend and expect her to just roll over and fade away. Anna is isolated. She is psychologically battered. She is haunted by the ghost of Alex. But beneath all that trauma, she is still a highly trained elite operative. She is a survivor. And survivors do not quit. While Peter is busy gloating and monologuing about his grand victory, Anna is quietly observing. She is watching his movements. She is memorizing the layout of the room. She is looking for a vulnerability in his perfect prison. And she finds one. She realizes that Peter's arrogance has made him sloppy. He left old electronic components in the room, probably to mock her isolation. But to a spy, a broken radio is not garbage. It is a lifeline. Anna waits for the perfect moment. She waits until Peter leaves the room, confident that she is too broken to move. Then the warrior awakens. She starts stripping wires. She starts piecing together a makeshift transmitter. She knows the risks. She knows that if Peter catches her, the psychological torture will instantly turn physical. But she does not care. She has to warn the outside world. She has to tell Valentine that Peter is alive. She has to warn everyone that Alex is coming. She manages to send out a blind, encrypted distress signal. A tiny pulse of data shot out into the dark void of the world. She does not know if anyone will hear it. She does not know if it even cleared the walls of her prison. But she did it. She fought back. And if Peter and Alex think they have broken her, they are about to face a war they are not prepared for. But guys, remember what I said about the domino effect? Remember how I said every action causes a massive reaction? That signal Anna just sent, it did not go to Valentine. Valentine is too busy tearing Geneva apart looking for ghosts. The signal bounced across the agency's satellite network. And guess who has full access to those intercepted frequencies right now? Ross. Back in Port Charles, Ross is sitting in his command center, feeling untouchable, because Valentine is out of the picture. A red light starts blinking on his console. An encrypted, highly classified WSB distress code. Ross decrypts it. He sees the location. He sees the signature. Ross now knows exactly where Anna is. And more importantly, Ross now knows that Peter is alive. What happens next may be even worse than the kidnapping itself. Ross does not care about saving Anna. Ross only cares about power, leverage, and his cold fusion project. If Ross realizes that Peter and Alex are sitting on a massive shadow network, he is not going to send a rescue team. He is going to send a negotiation team. Ross might actually team up with Peter. The pieces are moving so fast right now. Valentine is blinded by rage, completely unaware of the real threat. Carly and Jocelyn are sitting ducks while Ross expands his power. Peter is playing mind games, thinking he is a god. Alex is lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike. And Anna is trapped in the middle, praying her signal reached a friend, completely unaware that she just handed her location to her worst enemy. This is an absolute powder keg, guys. Every single character is walking on a razor's edge. One wrong move, one delayed message, one misunderstood clue, and the entire city is going to burn to the ground. Valentine is going to destroy everything in his path when he finds out the truth. But will he find out in time? Or will Ross get to the island first and make a devil's bargain with Peter? The clock is ticking, the walls are closing in, and a massive deadly secret is right on the verge of exploding into the light. Someone is not making it out of this alive.
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.